This is the Duncan Multi-Plus feeder. The one we're looking at here is the 4-bale feeder, and it will feed hay and silage in rolls and bales, and also pit silage as well. The real benefit of this machine is for your operations that feed out larger numbers of bales in each feed. It just means you can carry 4 with you on the feeder, a couple on the tractor, and do a lot of feeding without having to race backwards and forwards to the yard all the time. It's all hydraulically operated, and the way this one's set up with the optional ram on the elevator, you're going to need 4 sets of remotes on the tractor. But you can spec it up a little bit and get a hydraulic diverter. All you need then is 2 sets of remotes, and the diverter will change direction of flow to use all the rams. What makes this one better than others? I don't know whether it's any better, but traditional silage feeders can be up around the $100,000 mark. This one comes in at about $60,000, which puts it back in the market of perhaps your smaller operators as well, and you're not laying out quite so much cash. And along those lines, it looks every bit worth its $60,000. It's strong, it's robust, I can't see this thing breaking in a hurry, and my gut feeling is it's a really good machine. As far as when you get into the wetter months, it's set up on a walking beam axle assembly and really good large flotation tyres, so you're not going to cut up your paddocks when you're going out feeding in the middle of winter. It looks to be a fairly easy machine to maintain. There's only a couple of grease nipples on each end of the rollers, and at the rear where the chains go right back to the rear wheels and back again, there's a couple of grease nipples there as well. You load it up with a front end loader, and then the rear gate just slowly pushes all the rolls down to the front. Once each roll drops onto the floor chain, it walks it towards the elevator chains, and they then flick it out. Every product's different, so you can fine tune the machine. What I mean is speed the chains up or slow them down, but you can do that independently, and via the tractor you can speed up the elevator chain, and then by a sequential valve on the diverter box you can speed up or slow down the floor chain. So it just changes the ratio of how the chains are working to each other. The horsepower and size of tractor is just going to be dependent on a lot of things, how much you load it up, what your terrain is like. The only necessary factor that the tractor will need is a good oil pump flow, because if you get too low you won't be able to operate 2, 3 or 4 hydraulic functions at the same time. We were using I think 130 litres per minute on the Fendt today, and it was fine, but I think if you got too low down around your 70 or 80s, that's when you may be sacrificing the potential of a machine because you just can't operate all the hydraulics at the same time. So generally they come standard with 3 sets of remotes, but this one's had the elevator ram put on as an optional extra, and that's what's got it up to the 4th set of remotes. I think this would be a really handy add-on because as you're using different products, you can fine tune the angle on the elevator just to make sure you get a good even flow. The Duncan multi-feeder's been around for a fair while, but this is the Duncan Multi-Feeder Plus. And all that means is it's had extension sides put on to increase its capacity.